Yeah, so today we want to go through about one of the most things which affects most of the comrades within the country, and this is the Helb loan. More so, those people who are staying or those who are students who are still comrades. And today we want to break it down on how you can spend this money and use it effectively. So, if you get the money first thing, budget immediately after receiving the loan. In fact, do not wait till the money comes, is when you want to start budgeting. No, never do that. Budget prior to the money before it comes. Before the money comes, you should have already set and say that tuition and school fees, I'm giving this percentage. Rent and utilities, if you're paying rent, we know there are some students who are staying within the school. For them, they doesn't pay rent. So make sure you break down the money into budget. And you can decide to take tuition loan. You take the money based on tuition and school fees, you allocate aside. And then you take the rent and utilities, you allocate aside. And most importantly, as a comrade, if you get the money, and this is where most of us as comrades, we find it difficult. You get the money, you spend it within the first week when you get the money. I know it sounds weird for you to keep the money for the whole semester, but it's possible. So prioritize. Take the money, tuitions and school fees, rent and utilities, food and groceries. Number 4, stationery, books and academic expense. Make sure you buy books if you don't want to fail. We know there are some courses outside here you can survive even without books. So someone has been just surviving without a book the whole semester, and it's possible. And this person comes during graduation. You start asking yourself, where's this person all this time? Then the next thing, you need to check on your personal expense. I don't know whether men have personal expenses, because men, you just wake up and walk out. You have few expenses. If it is not food and your girlfriend in the hostel or your girlfriend where you're staying, then you don't have much of expenses to spend as a man. But if you want to, you can keep few for personal expenses. And then we have savings and emergency fund. You need to have savings out of that money. You're getting 30,000, you need to save around 5,000. And there's always this trick. You find that someone wants to save the money. He takes the money, puts in Mshwari. Today is day 1. Monday, he takes the money to Mshwari. It reaches Tuesday. Not even Tuesday. Tuesday is too far. Now it reaches Monday. In the evening, the money was placed in Mshwari in the morning. Then when it reaches in the evening, the money has been withdrawn. And I know whether you put this money in lock saving account, you'll still withdraw these savings. So don't do that. Make sure you have a good savings. And if you know you can't save that money for yourself, send it to the parent to keep it for you. They're always good at giving money. If you give your parent 5,000, tell your parent to give you 100 shillings per day. Then your parent will do that for you if you truly trust your parent with that money. Then there are some of the things you need to prioritize as a comrade. You need to prioritize tuition and academic expenses. My friend, you will get soup before you finish campus. You will get that thing. And sometimes you doesn't get supplementary because you're stupid. Your teacher that just decides that, okay, you seem to be crushing for a lady that I want. We know these things. So you want a lady who is being wanted by someone else who is teaching you. So you need to prioritize tuition and academic expenses. You need to pay fee. I know it sounds funny, but there's a time you will get that supplementary. Supplementary, if you're in campus, you will get it, my friend. You will get it. And it's not an option. You will get it. If you've never gotten supplementary and you graduated without supplementary, then you're taking life serious, man. I mean, education, you just need to pull up things and take things easy for you. So if you're a man, make sure you have that priority of tuition and academic expense money. If you're a woman and a lady, also you need to do the same. Then we know most of these students, you want to impress your girlfriend or boyfriend. Now you go, you know that you're a middle class, you've gotten 20,000, you decided to go and stay in a mansion with 20,000, you're paying rent 13,000 per month because you've gotten some few coins. Instead of paying 10,000, kindly use 5,000. And if it's possible, find someone to share with the same house. And this is where I always appreciate most of people from the mountain side of Kenya. These people know how to spend money. You'll find that there's a student, but then let me tell you a story. Let me tell you a story to students. So there are some people, you see these kids of yours, they are very funny. Your parent gives you 6,000 as a student to pay rent. Your parent knows that you're staying in a 6,000 house. So during every end month, your parent sends you this money. So as an intellectual person, you need to look for someone else so that you people can be two people. You stay within that house, then when it reaches end month, you divide the money and have 3,000 being shared amongst two of you. And comrades are always very funny. Don't look for a female so that you want to share the cost of rent with a female and you are a male. If you are a female, look for your fellow female, and if you are a male, look for your fellow male. The moment you will bring, if you are a male, and the moment you will bring a female into that house so that you can share the rent, my friend, you're going to start to become someone's father. There is no way you stay with a woman in the house and you expect to share the same amount of rent. Nowhere. Even me, I won't support that. Then meal and planning. You plan, meal planning and cooking. Some of the comrades cook 3 times a day, man. Three times a day as a comrade. What are you doing as a comrade? You cook 3 times. As a comrade, you need to cook at most 2 times a day. And that is either you take breakfast, then you take supper. A comrade, you are spending 150 for breakfast, 150 lunch, 150 supper. That is too much. That is why you will end up having no money. If you get that money, behave like you not even gotten the money. 2 meals for comrade is enough. The one which now you want to put for yourself because you've gotten 30,000, you want to take 4 meals per day, that is yours. And that is why you will end up having nothing by the first week. So there are comrades who, when they receive the Helb loan, someone receives 30,000. Someone decides to spend 3,000 at once for supper, lunch, or something else. So you should spend 3,000, at least, at most 3,000 per month out of that money. And a semester always has, I think, around 3 months. So for 3 months, 9,000 for food out of 30,000. That is around 9,000. You still have some money to spend. Then you need to minimize on the transport cost as a comrade. You are a comrade, you are getting certain amount of money as a comrade, then you want to travel like a president. You're looking for developments here and there. Transport cost minimize. If you get the money, you hear that you are a comrade. Let's say, for example, you are a comrade in let's take a university within Nairobi, and yeah, so let's say you are in UN, and you hear that there's a party. There's a party in Juja, JKUAT. You want to go and attend the party. So because JKUAT always have a party every weekend, every Friday night, so every Friday night you have that your friend whom you always pin up with and knows how to dodge you inside the gates of the school, ups and down. He has a connection, or she has a connection with the gate man. So you want to spend 150 from your end to JKUAT, then from JKUAT to your end, that is 300 shillings. By the end of 10 weeks, you've already spent 3,000 transport. So you need to minimize on the transport cost. Travel at most. If it is not something that is giving you money that makes you to travel, at most you should only travel, I think twice is enough. Twice. I know as a comrade you need to enjoy, you need to make yourself comfortable, you need to share, you need to do all sort of entertainment. It's not bad, but you need to minimize on that. Then you need to limit on personal luxury spending. So you want to be luxurious. You received, I saw the other day there was a boy who received, I think he received the Helb money, 30,000, then took 5,000, invested on Forex. Then the boy ended up earning around 50,000 shillings. So after earning these 50,000 shillings, the boy decided, the first thing that the boy decided to do? He called the friends. Hello, where are you? And then they came. Both each and every friend, there were around 12 friends. Each and every friend ate a food costing 800 times 12. That's about 16,000, man. Spend on food because you have 50,000. Then after that, this boy was still staying within the schools, within the hostels or the schools. The boy decided that I've spent this on my boys. Now I need to relocate out of the school and go and stay outside of the hostel. Then the boy drafted a budget. So I saw a comrade drafting a budget, and out of that budget there's a 64 inches within the drafted budget. There are 64 inches television in that budget. There's a fridge, there's a system, there's a 3-seater, 2 of them. And now the total cost for that budget was around 0.5 million for a comrade. Because you just tasted 50,000, now you think that you can draft a budget of 0.5 million. The boy ended up, he was not even in need of people to know whether he's staying inside or outside of the school. So you need to know how to limit personal and luxury spending. And this issue of that you want to impress your partner, now you are going outside to buy nice clothes which are expensive. As a comrade you get 20,000, then you use it to buy a 7,000 outfit. That is not bad. That is not bad. But at your level you still doesn't have money. Live within your means as a comrade. Huh? And then you need to have a saving for emergencies. So there are always those ladies who always like, a lady texts you and tells you, I need an emergency money. So out of that help, I think you can have an emergency money, an emergency 2,000 shillings. And I always wonder which type of emergencies are always these. Then you need to invest wisely as a comrade. Use portion of help funds to start small hustles. You can start selling snacks at the campus. You can start printing services within the campus. You can do some small kind of content creation and if you have digital skills. Then again, another thing that you need to consider as a person, as an individual, make sure you utilize free resources within the school. Don't buy Wi-Fi or data. Not Wi-Fi. Don't buy data. And there's a free Wi-Fi within the school. I mean, let's say you spend around 30 bob per day in buying data for your classes and studies and all the rest. So within 10 days, you use around 300 shillings. Now, within 4 weeks, you use around, or within a month, you spend around 1,200 to buy data. Since you gotten the money, so you think you have the money and you can spend. Okay, you have the money you can spend, but once that money is over, these petty things makes the money to get finished very fast. So if you're staying around free resources, use them. Free Wi-Fi, use them within the school. Football or sport house, free one within the school. Go and watch football within the school. Very simple. You just utilize and maximize the savings. So you minimize the expenditure while you maximize the savings. Then another thing you can do, this one is the last one, you can actually sleep to save breakfast. I mean, it's very simple. You just sleep. Don't wake up very early in the morning. If you don't have classes in the morning, just sleep so that you can save your lunch or your breakfast. You can either decide to sleep and don't sleep early. If you want to wake up late the following day, in fact, you should sleep on that day. Sleep around midnight and then wake up late around 3. You wake up, by the time you're finishing to bathe, it's already 4. You go and take your supper, come back, take a chill pill, relax, make stories with your friend, and the day is over. You only take one meal. So actually you can best save the meals by just deciding to sleep. It helps a lot in saving the expenditure. So that is the best way. And then another way, there are some people who are not fans of, they're not that fanatic into sleeping thing. So if you are not fan of sleeping, make sure you engage with your friends, you story, and you enjoy. So make sure you consider all those tips from the first to the last, and you will maximize the saving as you minimize the expenditure. So thank you very much for watching, and hope you enjoyed watching, and at least you will save your money. So make sure you hit the subscription button. You can save the video to watch it later and again. You can share with your friend that these tips, they are free tips. Actually, they look very funny, but they can help a lot. If you use them, they will help you as a comrade. So see you till next time when you see me.